Thanks for clicking. Bakermans and Echo Tech Ave tied for first last episode. First class, thousandaires. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. Your likes and comments expand this wealthy community. And we are expanding. There's no doubt about that. All right, today I'm just going to talk about silver for a little bit with my coffee here. I'll go over what I'm purchasing and at what rate. As in, how fast am I accumulating? And near the end of the video, I'll show you some high premium silver I've been buying. You can make fun of me for it. I probably deserve it. Nevertheless, it should be very appealing on the eyes. And perhaps it'll turn out to be a good investment. All right, so how do I feel about silver right now in comparison to other assets that I purchase regularly? And perhaps in comparison to some other investments that aren't necessarily monetary investments. For instance, I wouldn't mind buying a wearable that monitors my activity and sleep and other vitals. So that's an investment in health. It's not necessarily a monetary return. You know this. Oh, and I shouldn't leave out, sometimes doing nothing is an investment as well. Just setting aside cash. So that's also another consideration. I'll start by saying I'm not bullish or bearish on silver right now. I am in the process of inventorying so that I can see what I have in comparison to the other things I have. For instance, with Bitcoin booming right now, my pie graph probably will not show that I have a glut of silver. I've been stacking gold on the regular, and it's been going up pretty quickly, so I likely will not see a glut of silver in comparison to my gold. Silver has risen substantially within a year, though, as well. The graded comic book market has been taking a beating, and that's why I've been buying it up. It's also why I'm having a hard time with my pie graph, because I need to value the comics that I've purchased. And I definitely don't want to overestimate their value. One thing I practice is undervaluing assets and overestimating obligations. This usually keeps me in a perpetual state of pleasantly surprised. And that's not a bad state to be in. So I don't know how my silver asset value compares to my graded comic book value. All of this being said, it's not like I worry about having a glut of silver. I really like silver. And ultimately, I want to have thousands of ounces of it. And right off the bat, I think the short-term volatility is not a big deal. I still have some time left in my life, I assume. Who knows? All right, so what's my buying strategy right now? What am I doing? Like I said, I'm not bullish, but I'm not bearish. I go to the local coin shop each week and I pick up a silver dollar. You're probably familiar with this. If you're not, welcome. So I've been buying a Morgan dollar every week, and I'm not really buying calls anymore. I'm buying kind of nice ones. Although, after watching Kansas Kids channel, I am considering calls again. But anyhow, the accumulation of like really nice Morgan dollars is, I don't see that as my silver stack. And at the same time, I do. It's just really high premium silver. But while I'm at the coin shop, I'll look through the halves, the quarters, the dimes. I'll ask him what the price is that week, and if the price is right, like in comparison to buying generic silver, say, I'll look through the halves, and sometimes there's not very slick, like fairly decent barbers in there. I mean, obviously they're not going to be something that's numismatic. Once in a while you might get lucky, but that's not really what I'm counting on. Also, I might see some decent walking liberties that are still meaty. I try to avoid the polished and the cleaned, although at the same time I look for really nice toning. I'll go through the quarters, and yeah, I'll accept some standing liberties, kind of slick, but I need to be able to read the dates. And I sometimes find some barber quarters in there, and, not real slick. That's nice. Some of them have been great, actually. And I'll go through the dimes, and the dimes are usually, there's a bunch of Roosevelt and plenty of Mercs in there. I just feel the Mercs and see if they're not slick and put them in a little pile, and I buy that little pile. And here's the thing. I might spend $200 or $300 some weeks if that stuff should be in those bins. But often they are not as well. So I just put the cash back in my pocket, pick up my one silver dollar, and I'm on my way. Although I will say, I can usually find one or two good halves to take with me as well. So I'm just buying relatively cheap silver with a little extra flavor to it. Yes, I capsule some things that shouldn't necessarily be capsuled, but I think the old stuff looks really nice, and it makes for great video. Oh, and I buy the capsules in bulk, by the way. I know it still adds to the overall cost, but I am smart about it. At least I think I am. Okay, so like I said, if there's none of these older coins in the bins, then I just take the cash with me and I leave with my one silver dollar. And that leads me to my other silver buying strategy. And that is sit on cash and wait for others to sell. Sometimes I seek them out. These opportunities don't come along often, but they do come along. The prices are usually great, but you have to buy a lot in many circumstances. If I can't handle the purchase, I'll call up some other stacker friends or text them and see if they want in, and we go on the hunt together. If I do have enough to make the purchase and it's too much, like I just don't want that much silver, it's too much to buy at once, I'll sell some off. And often for more than I pay for it. If there's a lot of things in the purchase that I like, say constitutional silver, for instance, then I may sell off some of my generic in my own collection in order to keep that. All right, so other than these two ways of buying silver, I'm just buying a silver dollar every week. All right, I gotta get ready for work soon. I told you I would show you that real expensive silver that I bought. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. I can use your help. Thank you so much. Also, I could use your feedback. If you got anything that's going on in that head of yours, put it in the comments below. Got nothing? Well, a little algo food is always appreciated. All right, I got more of these, but here's one of them. This investment combines silver and comic books. This is the cover of Marvel Comics 1. I guess this was the first Marvel comic. Yeah, so this is an official Marvel product. And I guess that's the original art from the Marvel Archive that they used to make the cover. I'm not sure what else they'd used, but I heard that. Anyhow, this is 1 ounce of silver, stretched out to the size of a comic book. And I spent nearly or just a little over $200 for it. And I have others. Some that I spent a lot more on. Unfortunately or fortunately, we'll see. Either way, they'll make great pictures for my wall. Okay, I really gotta get out of here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, note, this is a CGC graded 10. Many of them do not reach that grade, and there's only 1,000 of them to begin with. If you're new here and you like the content, subscribe for more, and you will get more. Just not today, because that's it. That is it! Thousandaire Radio, wicked job. Seriously, hit that subscribe button, stick around, and I'll see you tomorrow.